We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em a shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
Music licensing reimagined.
Watch the game change, yeah.
Artlist.io.
Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's like, yeah, it's still la vie. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I kinda win.
Music licensing reimagined.
Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down, no. My team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. TGIF from the Channel 9 studio. It is Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. Friday night, full of events tonight. We starting off what we normally do. Weekly Wrestling Friday. So SmackDown started off tonight as John Cena comes down to the ring as they're in Chicago. He just came down as, show appreciation. He was just rambling and talking, thanking the people chanting, thanking him back. Then all of a sudden, as he's, continuously celebrating and thanking them, this is his final time in Chicago, we hear some music going on. And as the music comes on, we hear Sami Zayn's music. So Sami comes down there and, he's like, I appreciate everything you did for me, but I got an idea. I remember so many years ago, you gave me a shot at the U.S. title. So I would like to return the favor right here in Chicago. I'm paraphrasing. He ain't said it exactly like that. But, John Cena asked the crowd. They're like, whatever, let's do this. So John Cena said, okay, you want to do this right now? Bring me a ref. So the U.S., well, I don't even know if this is a U.S. belt. Intercontinental, I think it's the Intercontinental belt. But whatever the U.S. title, whatever it is, the match starts. As the match starts, Sami doing arm drags and leapfrogs and all these other things. They hitting bumps, they bumping each other, they getting their turns. Cena gets to, he gets ready to get into his action. The "you can't see me" move comes through. Hits him with an attitude adjustment, gets up. He's kind of shocked. Then he hits him with another AA. He gets up again. Everything is going down. So Sami gets the advantage. He hit him with a haluva kick. Cena gets up. They're fighting real hard. They're both laying down on the mat. No, Cena hit him with another AA. Gets up again at 2 count. They're both tired. They're both exhausted. They're laying there. All of a sudden, there's some music playing in the background. And that music belongs to Brock Lesnar. We thinking he ain't coming out, but he comes out. He hits Sami Zayn with an F5. He hits John Cena with an F5. He's looking and looking. Well, Sammy rolled out the ring. That was the smartest thing he did that whole night. He got Cena up again, hit him with another F5. Got out the ring. And as Brock goes through the back and the curtains, he said, "Hey John, I see you at Wrestling Palooza, bitch." That was exactly how he said that. So that match is official. So now we have a Cena Brock Lesnar match, Wrestling Palooza, September 20th. That's going down. Obviously, that match was a no contest. Then we go on to the next match. The next match is Damian Priest, Aleister Black. Damian Priest was coming down to the ring for the match. Aleister Black snuffed him. He attacked him. Throwing them all over the place. The barricades, aprons. Excuse me, y'all. He doing all these things, hitting him with a running knee. Bro, Priest comes back. He ain't listening to the medics. They try to tell him don't wrestle. So about time to, they start the match. Aleister Black went right to work on a day's person. Then all of a sudden we see Aleister Black start gaining momentum. Damian Priest took it, he turned around, gained some energy, started beating on Aleister Black, did the Undertaker walk on the top rope, did he power bombed, he did a razor's edge on the table on the announce table. Table didn't break. Then get back into the ring. He tried to hit it with another razor's edge. Aleister Black used the referee, got in the way. He hit Damian Priest off the distraction with a black mask. Got the pin, 3 count. Aleister Black snuck out of there with a win. I don't know how to rate this match. It was decent, but may have been non momentum, no energy, no, what I mean. It's something was just off with this match. I don't know if it's me because I like Priest and they bringing him so far down. He's fighting mid cards now. Like this ain't even mid card. This is under the mid card. But it's a big win for Aleister Black, even though he had assistance for using the referee. But after that match, we find out that Miz and Mello, they trying to get a tag team match. But he was trying to get himself together. Nick Aldis was trying to find out what's going on with Brock and them. Okay, so the next match was Michin versus Julia for the belt, the women's title, U.S. title. Julia was being attacked and taken out the ring by Michin, but Kiana James is in the background being very distractive. As Julia starting to make her moves once again, Kiana James becomes distracting again. Hits Michin with the finishing move. Julia gets the pin. It's a quick match. That's a pretty quick match for me. I don't think it was like 10 minutes. It was more of a John Cena. By the way, John Cena took up most of the first hour. So maybe that's what made these second matches or these couple matches go by fast. But Michin didn't really have a chance. Uh, so good win for Julia, even though she had assistance for Kiana James. Michin, she tried to keep the match going, but the match was too quick. Maybe tonight was about quick matches and things like that. Because I think it was only literally three matches tonight, right? We had Priest, we had yeah, it was only three matches because Cena's match was that took up most of the hour. And the last couple matches was about maybe 15 minutes each, and then we had after that Julia match, we had uh Seth Rollins in the crowd. He comes out, has a conversation about uh you know, but then he tells his wife comes out and has the conversation, the same conversation. Turns around, talk about every Chicago sports team sucks. Then punk music comes up. He says CM Punk sucks, so he came out. He was having a conversation. He's like, listen, man, this ain't for you. This is for your little scary husband who's upstairs in a box hiding and all that. So she like, no, it's about me. I'm surprised you came. Well, she's saying she's surprised you came out there. He's like, yo, I don't want to make this about you. It's a bunch of people that I can make a phone call to. But in all that time, they're chanting AJ Lee, AJ Lee. But Punk is like, yo, I got my sisters down there. They can come up here and slap you. I can get Bailey to slap you. I can get Rhea Ripley to smack you. And she starts smacking CM Punk. Then CM Punk abruptly walks out the ring. He goes around towards the entrance. He's like, yo, I'm not the one that hits a woman, but I have someone here who does. And sure enough, that music started playing. It's AJ Lee music. She's looking around like, okay, I'm back. This is great. So Seth is up there in the press box looking stupid. Got his wife down there in the ring looking all scared. She dropping the belt like she ready to fight, but she got this little mink coat on. So if well, for those of you that don't know, AJ Lee is the one that comes skipping down the ring in a pace that composes herself, and she skips around the ring, gives him a little "Hey babe" look, gets in the ring. She goes to work. She starts pouncing on Becky Lynch, and she pouncing, she's smacking, she licked her hand and smacked her. She was doing all type of stuff. CM Punk is just sitting there, she cheering, and Seth trying to come down. Punk is like, "I wish you would. I wish you would, chump. I wish you would." So he comes down. He gets back in the. He goes upstairs into the ring with AJ Lee, who is his wife, by the way, in real life. And Seth comes out and gets Becky up out the ring. I mean, not out the ring because she slapped her out the ring. But he gets up towards the ramp, towards the exit, and that's how the show ends. So it basically tells us that AJ Lee is back, which will probably lead to a possible mixed tag match at Wrestling Palooza between the wives and husbands of AJ Lee, Punk, uh, and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. So it would have been, I don't know, maybe they'll throw, who knows, they may throw some interesting dynamic in there. If they win, they win the belt. Not probable. I don't think it's probable, but one person can hope, right? You know. But here's the biggest question: as the show ended, I'm looking at all of these different dynamics, right? Monday night, we see the Usos looking like they coming together, right? And then we see tonight. uh Seth is by himself with his wife. So it's very easily someone could ask, is the division, that group, is it over with already? Is it over with? We know Paul Heyman was supposedly injured by Roman Reigns at Clash of Paris. But the major question is, it looked like they're going their separate ways. The Bronsons are going, look like they're going to tag up with the Usos. They may go to Uso Penitentiary. Who knows? I don't know. But it just looks very. It looks odd. They was just a dynamic faction division, and now it seems like they're separating so easily. So one would ask that question: do you think that they're separating for the time being? Now that Seth got the belt, and it's time for everybody to separate, or was Paul Heyman really holding it down and keeping them together as a group? The cohesion without Paul Heyman is is very different. It looks so different that they look like they're separating. So that's just an interesting question. But all in all, tonight, it was, I don't even know. I mean, I was kind of excited about AJ Lee coming back. I was shocked that Brock came back. So now, going into Wrestling Palooza, it looks very different. Like that match between Cena and Brock, I don't want to say it's going to be a one-time thing, but I don't know who to pick in that match. I just think that match is going to be very, very different. Brock hasn't wrestled in a long time. Will it be ring rust for him? I don't know. John has been wrestling for the past. Well, he was just wrestling tonight, so it's a different look. So it'll be very interesting to see how that dynamic goes down. But that was it for uh that was SmackDown as a whole, right? And like I said, I don't, like I said, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't, it was, like I said, it was very, very different, right? We got the obvious intake as far as AJ coming in, but the shock of the night for me was Brock being there on a SmackDown, just to invite Cena to a match at Wrestling Palooza. I don't, it was very unique. It wasn't really unique. It was just shocking that it actually happened, because they didn't have to do all of that just to make the match. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, just a different scene tonight. But the lack of matches really had me thinking about certain things, and like, okay, they must be preparing for Wrestling Palooza, which will be their first PLE for the ESPN Corp. That'll be $29.99 for everybody that don't got ESPN Plus. So I guess they're trying to build that up to be a superstar match, but I just don't feel the superstar energy. Brock just coming in F5 and leaving, talking about I'll see you at Palooza, bitch, and all of that other crazy nonsense. I'm not really. I don't know. It's not. It wasn't like the Cody. It wasn't like the Cody John Cena rap, right? It was just straight up and down. All right, I'm here. I'm a body you, and then I'm gonna get out of the way, because he damn sure he made Sami Zayn disappear. Sami Zayn probably still under the ring. That's how bad he F5'd him. But it's just a different dynamic. Seeing Brock Lesnar there for the first time in a few years. I want to say about 4 years. I think his last match was Roman, when the bloodline was together. No, the blood. No, it was Cody Rhodes. So that was like 2, 3 years ago. So welcome back, I guess, to Brock Lesnar. I don't know how long he'll be staying, but welcome back. So as as quickly as wrestling was going off, I had the opportunity to catch Friday night game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. And that was a very weird game as well. As I transition over to football, as this game was played in Brazil, what is it, Sao Paulo? And the final score in this game was Kansas City 21, the Los Angeles Charger 27. Hey, I tricked y'all. The Chargers did win tonight. 27-21. They beat they beat the uh they beat the Chiefs, going 1-0 for the Chargers and 0-1 for Kansas City. On that losing side, Patrick Mahomes is running for his life. He was 24 of 39, 258 yards, one touchdown. Uh, and oddly enough, it was Patrick Mahomes who led the team in rushing with 6 carries for 57 yards. Like I said, he was running for his life. Los Angeles came out looking like gangbusters. Or I don't want to take away from the Chargers win, but the offensive line didn't look well. It looked like Super Bowl uh, of last year. They couldn't protect him. He was running for his life. He got sacked twice, but he had a lot of running opportunities. Uh, let's go on the receiving side. I think the receivers, Hollywood Brown had 10 catches for 99 yards. Travis Kelce had the lone touchdown. He had 2 receptions, but one of them was a touchdown. A very nonchalant game by the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of motions, all of that, but oddly enough, it wasn't enough. Buckner was missing extra points. He missed the extra point. They also missed a 2 point conversion, which is why the score is only 21 when they should have actually had 24. But the story of the night was Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert had an excellent game. He was 25 of 34 for 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks though. He ain't throw an interception. I think this is where they came up. We had a Keenan Allen sighting tonight. Uh, Keenan Allen scored a touchdown. He had 7 receptions to lead everybody with 68 yards. Quentin Johnston was the leading yards man with 79 yards, excuse me. But the ball was going all over the place. He hit his tight ends, Conklin and Disley. He kept hitting he hit his backs a couple of times. Laz McConkey had 6 receptions. But it was really about the lack of defense. The defense for the Kansas City Chiefs was befuddled. They looked out of place. As a matter of fact, as the game ended, we see for as the game ended, there was the third down play, and they played man. Justin Herbert ran the ball for 19 yards, and you see Chris Jones and Tranquil, the safety. They was arguing about positioning and things like that. But that's after the fact because Chris Jones was trying to go for the sack, and for some reason he took the inside route, and Justin Herbert ran outside and got 19 yards, got the first down, and they was able to ice the clock after that because they had no more timeouts. Excuse me. So it was a big win for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they go play the Raiders Monday night. They do play the Raiders Monday night, September 15th. So they got 11 days off. And Kansas City will be home to have the Super Bowl rematch. But going into this game 0-1 against the world champions Philadelphia Eagles, who just won their game the night before. So it's going to be a very different outlook. for for the Eagles. Like I said, I thought they was going to win the night. They did not win the night, so now they have uh, a different outset, a different outlook going into week 2 and going into that game against the Eagles. But the advantage is they're going home. Kansas City's going home to prepare for that game. This Sunday we got several games coming at the 1 o'clock hour. You got the Bengals and Browns. You have uh Tampa Bay Buccaneers down in Atlanta to face the Falcons. You got the Cardinals and Saints, the Dolphins and the Colts in Indy. The Giants will be in Maryland to play the Commanders. Panthers and Jags will be at 1 o'clock. Raiders will be flying cross country to play the Patriots. And the Jets and Steelers round out the 1 o'clock games. So we just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 games for the 1 o'clock hour, right? The 1 o'clock games. Those of you on the West Coast or the Midwest, you got the following games at 4:05. You got the Niners and Seahawks. The Titans and Broncos will go to Denver to play the Broncos. You got the Lions going to Green Bay to play the Packers. You have the Texans going to LA to play the Rams at 4:25. Those are the 4 o'clock games, or the 4:24 o'clock, 4:05, 4:05 is the Eagles, it's the Seahawks and Niners and Titans in Denver. The 4:25 games will be the Packers and the Rams. I think that they're going to have the Packers and Lions as the game of the week. That'll probably be on Fox, 4:25. Yeah, I think they'll have that game at that time. And then, of course, the 8 o'clock game, the 8:20 game on Sunday will be the Ravens going to Buffalo to play the Bills. So and then we got Monday Night Football will be the Vikings and Bears. Oh, the Lions and Packers will be on they'll be on CBS. Yeah, they'll be on CBS 4:25. So that's going to be the game of the 4 o'clock game, the game of the week in the afternoon, and Buffalo will be right after them at Sunday night, and then Monday night the Vikings will be going to Chicago to play the Chicago Bears. As you notice, most of those games I've just said, they're more rivalry games as you got division teams playing each other, like the Packers and Lions, Bears and Vikings, Niners, Seahawks, Giants, Commanders. So half of the games are like in the conference games. Just like tonight, we had Bengals and Browns and Tampa Bay and the Falcons. Like tonight, we had an AFC West game, and the first game of the year was an NFC East game. So a lot of the games are starting for division foes for the most part. But like I said yesterday, it's really week 1. After 3 practices, you can't really decide who or preseason games who's coming in hot. Like right now, we were just to say the way that the Chargers played tonight, they're the gangbusters, right? They're the team to beat because they beat the Chiefs. But you don't really go with that because even with Patrick Mahomes having a good game, most people are going to believe that the Chiefs are going to solidify their defense, play better defense than what they did tonight. Because, like I said, Justin Herbert had a great game. So we not figuring the if you want to decide after week one the Chargers are the team to beat. Hey, go ahead. We have to wait for the Raiders to play because if the Raiders beat the Bill or the Patriots, are we going to say that? And Denver play the Titans. So it may this after week one, we might see Kansas City be the only team that's on one in the division. Who knows? Do we write them off? It's only week one, but football is back. It's for me. It's an excitement that is long overdue. As much as I love baseball and I cover baseball and I do all that, I think the channel and the subscribers want to hear more about football and wrestling, maybe basketball when it starts in next month. So it's here. And like I told y'all before, I will give you all the infos, all the stats of the games at hand. I would have done the game if it was coming on when I was coming on, but it didn't come on when I came on because the game was over. So uh looking forward to doing some more games. Looking forward to covering the season as I do the pick 'em first game, which was tonight. I had the Chiefs winning tonight, but in a shocker, they did not win. So if you still like, it's still time to do the Sunday games. If you guys want to participate, just send your picks on the community post. We'll go from there. Just to see how well you pick in the weeks. But it's early, so I'm not expecting too many people to pick up because the first two games are already played. So I wouldn't be surprised if they'll wait till next week. But we are doing it for the whole season, as we did last year, and it was pretty fun. My co-host, Coach D, aka the Word, we was going back and forth with picks. Shout out to Commander. She was participating. She won a couple of times. Uh, and we had some real good times talking and picking these games. You know, and we're here for this season to do it again. So like I said, if you want to wait till next week, that's fine. I'll have next week's teams right after the Monday night game. I don't remember who's playing week two Thursday. I don't recall, but like I said, we'll have all of those things picked out. Or I can look it up right now. I'm tripping. I'm sitting right here in front of the computer. When's the 11th? Oh, September 11th. Oh, the September 11th game is the Commanders and Packers. So that'll be the first game next week. So like I said, I'll have that listing up Tuesday night or Tuesday morning after covering the Monday night game and having a conversation what happened on Raw. Uh, we'll have that list up for you. If you want to participate, then that's cool. We're ready for you. Like I said, just leave your picks and teams on the community post, and we'll go from there. So a light night in sports tonight. Well, I was actually sitting here watching the Liberty game as we spoke. The New York Liberty playing the Seattle Storm. Liberty won. They just clinched the playoff spots. The last game will be Tuesday for the WNBA as they starting to head towards the playoffs. The last few teams are solidifying the 6, 7, 8 seeds. The top 5 seeds is already been not they're not in stone, but we have the Storm, the Minnesota Lynx will be the number 1 seed, followed by the Las Vegas Aces, the Atlanta Dream, the Phoenix Mercury, and now the New York Liberty. Those are the top five teams. You have the Golden State Valkyries. You have the Indiana Fever. Who's the 18? I can't remember the 18. That's terrible. I'm missing a team. But on the outskirts is the Los Angeles what the hell is their name? Not the Storm. The Are they the Storm? No, they're not the Storm. I'm tripping. Uh what is their name? But even with that being, oh, here they go. We got the Seattle Storm is the AC. But on the injury front, Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever, she is going to miss the remainder of the season from her injury to her leg. She's been out since since the ending of the first half of the season, but she's going to be out the remainder of the NBA playoffs. The the Fever are the number 7 team. If the playoffs was to start today, and they will be facing Las Vegas Aces, who is on fire. They won 13 in a row. So it's gonna be a wild one, you guys. Stay tuned to the WNBA. They gonna be doing a lot of games. I don't. If it was my choice, I would say I don't think the Liberty gonna repeat. They have a lot of injuries. Sabrina Ionescu's hurt. Breanna Stewart just coming back from an injury. Their bench players are down. Naraya Sabali is down. So they need to get those guys back together. But they're just trying to get cohesion in these last couple of games. But it would be the Mercury playing the Liberty. If it was today, they're the 4 or 5 seeds. The Dream and Valkyrie is a 3-6 seed. So what happens is game 1 is at the highest seed, game 2 is at the lowest seed, and game 3, the final first round game, if necessary, will be back at the highest seed. So it's a 3-game series for the first, and then the next round, the other 2 rounds will be 5 until we get the final winner to be crowned WNBA champions. Good luck to those 8 teams. And that's about it, guys. We done spoke about the sports. Baseball's getting ready to head down to their final 20 to 23 games. It's some wild card races going on. Division leads are at stake in the National League West, the American League East. The Yankees are playing the Toronto Blue Jays. Even though they lost tonight, they went back a game, so they're 4 games back. The Dodgers and the San Diego Padres lost, so they're 2 games up. The Dodgers are still 2 games up on the San Diego Padres. Just be attentive to the wild cards. Right now, the both wild card teams is about 4 games out, excuse me. The Giants are 4 games out from the last place team, which is the New York Mets, who are tied actually right now with the San Diego Padres for the last spot. And the Mariners have a 3-game lead against Kansas City going into the wild card. So those are the fields and the predicaments of the Major League Baseball, the WNBA. We got some more games Sunday. We'll have that discussion. If I don't know, I might feel froggy and jump into the Buffalo Bill game and do that live. Don't quote me, but I may pop up and try that game Sunday, because that's like the game that's going to be the game. It's great. It's great games though. Like I said, you got the Lions and Packers. That's going to be a great game. What other games we got? We got a couple of good games going on Sunday. But the game to watch for me is going to be the 2023 MVP Lamar Jackson versus last year's MVP Josh Allen. Will those teams? As a matter of fact, that's a replay of the playoff game as the Ravens fell short to the Buffalo Bills. So it's a rematch of the playoff game. That's what I'm saying. It's even with if it's not a division rivalry, they got some issues because they played each other and now they're gonna go play each other again. So we will be prepared with stats and things like that. If y'all want to go over the stats from Sunday on Monday, I will be able to do that. But I'll probably be more focused on the Bears and the Vikings on Monday night. But we can have that conversation. We just to have the conversation, just to keep you abreast of what happened Sunday night, Monday on Sunday on Monday. As we speak about Raw, Raw might be a little quick as well because they're going to be setting up these more matches for WrestlePalooza, which is on September 20th, which is now approximately what 3 weeks away. Six, yeah, next and 3 Saturdays, 3 weeks from Saturday, 3 weeks from tomorrow. So they'll be setting up that matchup then. So we'll be keeping you abreast about that, as well as all of scores and stats of the NFL Week 1. But we will do that on Monday. Matter of fact, we'll talk about the big match, the boxing match on Saturday as well. Canelo and Crawford. We'll talk about that Friday. So there's a lot to prepare myself for this week. Hopefully, I'll have all the information for you during the week to get you prepared for that match, as well as the wrestling matches and the scores and highlights of Week 1 on Monday. So from the Channel 9 studio, I appreciate everybody coming in to hear the replays and the matchups and things like that was on display tonight. So I will see you guys on Monday from the Channel 9 studio. Once again, this is Mr. 33 signing off.